just off the shores of Poverty Island in Lake Michigan. Marty Lagina, along with historian and treasure hunter Bob Krepke, are leading a sonar scanning operation in search of some $400 million in Civil War gold, believed to have been dumped in the area back in 1864.
You just tell me when?
Good.
We'll just throw her in.
Yeah. Getting close, getting real close.
Having performed numerous scans and receiving no promising data, they are now about to search an area that Bob Krepke believes to be nearest to where an eyewitness saw 5 chests connected with a chain dumped into the lake.
Yeah, this should be good, Larry. This should be good. We'll do that, okay? Okay, go ahead, throw it.
Okay. This is the spot.
Right here. My research suggested that they were passing Poverty Island, and I believe that this is where they would have scuttled the stuff, and it made sense. This is the big clue. Those kids that lived in that lighthouse said to me, Bob, we stood on the shore and could hear them talking. So they gotta be right out in here.
Wow.
Just slowly let it go. Slowly let it in the water. Okay, here we go. Yep. Okay, in the water.
After successfully lowering the MS-1000 sonar device to the bottom of the lake, Brian Abbott will now begin scanning in a 360-degree pattern.
That's it, eh?
Yep, on bottom.
If the treasure is anywhere in the vicinity, the team could be on the verge of making a historic find.
It's a pretty barren bottom. We're kind of out of the rocks and stuff.
What's your radius of investigation right now?
The radius is 120 feet. And we're just trying to look for something that's a line or a chain or boxes in a row or anything. This is a really good target right here. See this? That's interesting to me.
What is that?
I don't
Describe
know. It's square. We'll walk it in closer. We'll get better detail on it.
Oh, that's cool.
I find that unique.
So that's intriguing you, Brian.
Yeah, it's got a nice acoustic shadow behind it and a square, but that would definitely mark that as a target. Nature doesn't make things that are square, rectangular, and round. Nature has different angles and perspectives on things. I'm going to drop it down in range so we get better resolution. So we're able to go in there, look for targets on bottom, and see that it's not a characteristic of the natural bottom. So we're able to look at things and possibly identify those. So that thing is 3 feet tall down there.
How big are these boxes supposedly that were thrown over?
They couldn't have been too big. They couldn't have lifted them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mark it on here, and then what?
Well, we come back here with divers. And then if we find something really interesting, we're gonna call the state of Michigan.
At what point do you decide to send the divers down?
To me, diving is the last resort, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, let's get all our data, our position points, put the divers over position, put the scanning sonar in the water, watch the divers go down, and I can put them right on the target.
So I think we're intrigued enough to keep after this. So what would we do next, Ryan? I mean, how would you do this?
How would I do it? I would get a side scan. I would also think about maybe doing multi-beam out here. You know, you can get some of that better detail with a multi-beam and so forth, but you're looking at a lot more money, a lot more time.
Has that ever been done out here?
Not to my knowledge.
There we go.
So
We'll multi-beam it.
yeah, there you go.
Well, Bob, you know what? It's an intriguing story. We had a little poke and hope here.
Sure.
You're gonna mark this, right?
Absolutely.
It is like looking for a needle in a haystack. But we took a chance, and you know what? We still know more than we knew before. I think that this Poverty Island treasure, if it is still there and nobody has gotten to it yet, I believe we're going to find something.
All right, well, it gets to keep its secrets for right now. Okay. I think we're done for this mission.
All right.
Yeah, well, what does my brother always say? Eyes and boots on the ground, right? I mean, until you get a sense of it like we did today, you don't know what you're up against. You don't know whether it's worth adding resources. I mean, is there a chance there's a treasure out there big enough to be worth the effort? Sure sounds like it.